Hey everybody, my name is James Sazanowski, I go by Sass. Today, we have gathered to fight for Black lives. The same thing that Garrett Foster died fighting for. I'm not the only one here who watched it happen. It was scarring, but also energizing. That event showed us, right in front of our faces, that we have to fight harder. That there is so much more work that needs to be done. Not just defunding the police, not just amplifying Black voices, but something more core. Every culture has its problems, but I feel it's only our place to comment on the cultures that we are each a part of. I want to comment on a culture that I am a part of. White culture. In America right now, white people are probably experiencing the most internal division of any race in this country, but the key point is that our problems as the white community negatively affect other races, whereas we are mostly unaffected by what any other race is doing. This is part of what led to Garrett's death last week. For those of you who saw me in the news, I stand by what I said. If Black lives mattered in this country, we would still have Garrett today. However, that soundbite could not contain it all. We need to have a deeper, foundational conversation about what human compassion means. It's not something we ever talked about in school. Daniel Perry shot and killed Garrett Foster in what many of us now believe was cold blood. He stated on Twitter that you should, quote, shoot center of mass. Where do you think Garrett was? In a literal sense, the center of our mass. How did we get here? What led Daniel to feel this way? Why did Daniel feel justified to do what he did? That's what I am commenting on. The idea of human compassion stems from extending the compassion we naturally have for ourselves to other people. We pretty much all care about at least a few people in our lives. We need to take a moment to ask, why do I care about these other people? Your answer will be varied, but at some level, it's because despite our differences, you see another human being like yourself in those you care about. Spoiler alert, every individual person is a human being like yourself. That's what compassion for humanity is. Truly internalizing the fact that all people are people like you, and that every person deserves the same compassion you extend toward those you care about. But when we never have that conversation, and rich and powerful people brainwash us for their own gain into believing that there are people who are not like yourself, or who are somehow less than human, any of us can lose that human compassion. I think that's what's happened here. Daniel's natural compassion for humanity was torn from him. He did not see himself in Garrett because he was repeatedly told that they were in no way the same. Daniel is not an exception. He is a statistical result of powerful people driving division among us to keep their power. The system is broken. That is what Black Lives Matter is fighting to change. We can blame police and racists all day long, but until we change the system, there will be no real difference. And that's on white people more than anyone else, because white people designed these systems. We have to tear down the systems of power that corrupt people. However, although that responsibility does fall on us the most, we are all part of a collective. We have to work together to find that common ground and relearn that mutual human compassion which has been taken from us. Today, we march forward peacefully and passionately to step into a better future that we will rid of the systems that caused the death of our brother, Garrett Foster. Thank you. I do it one chant. Who will win? We will win. Who will win?
We will win!
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 Who will win? win!
We will win!